Tammy Trenta launched her successful design company the night she was fired on The Apprentice.
My goal was to launch the business the moment I had the highest amount of publicity.
Two-time survivor Rupert Boneham won $1 million on America's Tribal Council.
I aggressively showed who I was because I knew this was my chance to have the world.
And Paul Marturano became an overnight celebrity after he sang the famous Paula Abdul Stalker song on American Idol.
Took off all my clothes and tried on her underwear.
I'm going to get their help to make sure that as the world's foremost reality TV expert, my career doesn't end after 15 minutes of fame.
Reality obsessed and it hurts.
Come along for a ride, I'll take you to reality. To a world filled with lies, alliances, passion, and backstabbing action. All those shows that you know, they'll be in the spotlight. I'll get to the truth for you. That's what I do, 'cause I love it too. And it just proves I'm reality obsessed.
Actors always say that you're only as good as what you are doing and not what you have done. I think that the same thing is true for reality television. For every Boston Rob, there is a Deb Eaton. How do some reality stars manage to stay in the spotlight while most just fade into obscurity? Johnny Fairplay has done 43 reality shows and counting. Rupert Boneham used his success on Survivor to run a record label. What happens after your 15 minutes of fame are up?
And where better to start than with The Apprentice scoop?
Tammy, thank you so much for meeting me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. What brings you to LA?
The beautiful and brilliant Tammy Trenta was a true star of The Apprentice Season 5. Not only did she make heads turn as a reality star, but she also successfully launched a designer bag company the night she was fired from the show.
I have so many questions for you about The Apprentice. I think the first one is, what was the hardest part?
Trying to remain calm in a series of crises with a ton of different personalities. You know, everybody's different, and they want you guys to fight. I mean, they want you to spar and argue and create drama. I mean, that's what makes it entertaining. I got an incredible amount of confidence knowing I could compete and win with the best and the brightest. My goal was to launch the business the moment I had the highest amount of publicity, and that was, of course,
At the finale, right?
night I was fired.
Right, okay. In the next 2 days, I want to have a Murtz Jaffer brand. What do you think I should do? What's the next step?
You're going to be on television, and you're going to be the focus. You have your captive audience. If you know who your audience is, figure out what you can do to bring them in.
There's one medium I've always dreamed of branching into, it's singing. Who better to call than the unforgettable Rupert Boneham from Survivor?
You know,
With his signature tie-dye shirts, the gruff but lovable Rupert was a fan favorite on Survivor All-Stars, where he won $1 million on America's Tribal Council. Rupert turned his reality television run into a successful record label featuring, you guessed it, reality stars.
Like you did leave me wanting more. One more time, like you do, why do I still fall?
I know, that still sounds great. Hey, Danny, hang on for a minute. Murtz just came in here. You come on out for a second.
Murtz is here? All right, man.
Danny Kasner was the memorable hippie guitar player from The Apprentice Season 3. After he heard the dreaded words, "You're fired," from the Donald, he continued to extend his fame by teaming up with Rupert to record some of his music.
Danny, the question I wanted to ask you was if you went into The Apprentice with a plan to brand yourself, or did it just sort of happen?
If any two people had their unique brand on their shows, Rupert and I had that. When people know who you are, they saw your brand on TV, they said, oh, you're a cool guy, you're a nice guy, you didn't screw anybody, fortunately in my case, you didn't strangle anybody like Rupert. We'll take your calls now, Rupert.
And was it the same thing for you, Rupert? Like after you did Survivor the first time and then the second time, how did you manage to get everybody to know who Rupert is?
I aggressively showed who I was because I knew this was my chance to have the world. It's what you show them that really counts. I was given $1 million for the way I treated myself and others, not for the way, not for being the best liar, the best conniver, the best manipulator, but for being that person that we all hope we can be, that one that shares of themselves. So, Murtz, what do you really want from us, from our label, from me?
I feel like if you give me a shot to be on the next album, that will hopefully motivate me into producing something or producing a song that would be good enough to, like, you know, fit in with all these amazing people that you have. So that's what I'm looking for, a chance.
Honestly, there is always a chance.
We got to hear Murtz like those sing a little bit.
Okay, yes,
you know,
yes.
Come on, let's make something up about
sing.
Rupert.
Oh,
Rupert's
well,
a badass. That's the song we're gonna write now.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Rupert's a badass. Come on.
He wears tie-dye.
I am a badass.
Yeah, Rupert's a badass.
So maybe actually, if you have ability to pop off some lyrics like that,
Right.
being able to show me that you might actually even have some talent.
That sounds good. All right.
You get a hold of us.
Yeah,
You let me
for
know.
Sure. Yeah.
If anyone can help me write memorable lyrics fast, it's the one and only Paul Marturano, the infamous Paula Abdul Stalker from American Idol.
I broke into her house when she wasn't there.